Hello and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 6 of our playthrough on the Helix Mountain map. We're playing as the Ember Pelts faction and we're playing on hard mode. So we are in the middle of a mini food crisis, which everyone seems to love. First things first, Jason mentioned this is only 200 horsepower and this does not need to be a large engine, so this could be a small engine. So we're going to do that for now. Very sensible decision. Does mean I have to create path pain, but whatever. So that's very sensible. Where else are we going? So we have our farm up here, which is lovely. I don't think stuff's going to die. I think we worked out that only if the water gets super high will the contamination spread. So I'm quietly confident with this at the moment. We are going to have to think about scrap metal soon because we only have this for now. So what's going on? We are not pressing the apples anymore because I would rather be eating the apples, and now we have a relatively nice surplus of apples. We have this horrendous abomination down here that we still have some stuff drying out. But I did receive the wonderful suggestion, which I think is a really good suggestion. Let's run the path down here. I will credit you guys in a minute. Why don't we just dynamite this layer out? And I think that's wonderful. Why didn't we do that? I'm not going to remove all of this at the moment. This is our lovely storage solution. But we can eventually tunnel under there. But for now, I know we don't have a lot of dynamite. But we can just cover this in dynamite. Not in there, but you know what I'm saying. No, don't delete the dam. That'd be bad, that'd make me sad. So this is a great idea. We can just make this deeper. This will retain a little bit more water. Do you know what? Sometimes the obvious option just staring you in the face and you're like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Tunnel vision, that's why you didn't think of it. I don't know whether we're going to have enough dynamite to do this. But we're going to give it a go. At least we're not doing triples or anything. We're just going to lower it by like 1. And I would like them to finish this first so we have the more plantable space up here. So that's going to be the priority. So what else was in the comments? Let's do a quick comment recap. Can you reset the plant resistance by letting some water into the basin from the high reservoir and the basin goes dry? Yes, that's going to be my eventual... that's my actual plan. But until we have a bad water... I mean, I just keep forgetting. Until we have a proper bad water solution, because we'll be able to demonstrate this in the drought really well. So what I want to do is... let's pop this in for now, and hopefully I can demonstrate. So the idea is going to be that's probably going to flood. That was a silly mistake. Let's pop a fill valve in here and let's put this back on top and let's get this built as priority. So the idea being that what I want is I want a cascading system that will constantly fill. So we're going to have to do the same here. We don't have access down here anymore. And we're going to have to do the same up here. So let's get the system put in place here. So, levy, and a couple of fill valves here. Maybe one fill valve and then, yeah, okay. And we are going to unlock the lovely flat top floodgates. Yeah, at request of... I can't remember who it was. But somebody in the comments was like, why aren't you using the flat top floodgates? And that's a very good point. So let's put the flat top floodgates in. Because they are an absolute game changer. So let's pop them in there. The reason we haven't been using the flat top floodgates yet is because of the science and metal required to get to them. I would have liked to have used them, and we will use them. It's just Oh wow, they're built No, I need to actually take a well, I've done that. I need to take some of this out. So let's path down here. Let's take that out, and I don't know why I'm putting different amount of fill valves in at each area. Let's just confirm that. And let's just build some of this because we are actually in a drought. So what can I do? Currently, to automate this now, what I'm going to do is we are going to, where should I put my sensor? We could put the sensor up here maybe. So what do we got? We haven't got a weather station. Let's get a weather station unlocked. We have the science, why not? So weather station can come up here. They're not going to get this bit done, but hopefully they're going to get this bit done. I know it's a bit damp, guys. I trust in you to get the job done. Oh, they did that really quickly. Oh, I love the fill valve. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And they're going to do that. So that's the idea behind this. So that was from Michael Barnard. Thank you. Spent a long time explaining that. I probably didn't need. Glad to help. But as you mark the new trees for cutting, I noticed some old trees marked. The tools trees you can next to the CD area currently marked for cutting. Let's look at our cutting tool. Ah, yes. Excellent. Thank you. We can do lots of moving around nullifier. I'm not going to move around just yet because what I want to do is I want to put our system in down here to and let's pause. No, I think we're fine. I want to put a lot of our power system in over here so that we don't have to keep moving stuff around. But yeah, I will be moving stuff around and trying to make it slightly more efficient. Food goes down another place, another house. Yes, Femi, I do that. Freya, yes, I have taken on your suggestion of dynamiting this out. So we will do that. We also have the farmable space down here once we get rid of these fawns, which is going to take an absolute age, but we are slowly working there. Dynamite going up here. So, the idea being, I will wait for this to actually... I will wait for this the flow to change. And Jason, as always, has been fantastic with his comments, like the one for the engine, and just, you know, being as supportive as ever. So thank you for that, Jason. I'm fully aware this is horrendous spaghetti and none of this is super efficient. We are going to be making this much better. It all just takes a little bit of time. And the first thing is to get this sorted. We have 63 beavers. I'm not going to be adding too many more in just yet, I don't think. Because I want to start to focus on this. So what do we need for this? We unlocked the dirt, didn't we? We unlocked the dirt last time. We didn't unlock the dirt. We unlocked the dirt excavator. So I guess we're going to unlock the dirt. It's going to be cheaper to use dirt. Did we unlock the bad water discharge? Because we need to unlock a bad water discharge because we are now limiting ourselves. That's going to be one of our important things to unlock. So 50 dynamite. 200 metal. We have 129 and gears. Well, we're not there yet. But let's get them placed anyway. Oh, do we not have? Are they 4K? Well, fine. Okay. So this is a 21-day drought. Oh my god, that has scaled up quite quickly, hasn't it? Can you come and have you built this? Why are you not building this? Oh, is it because you built this? Right, okay, that is also acceptable. That is also very acceptable. So what I'm going to do is, whilst this is a fantastic idea, I do want to manage our dynamite quite judiciously. So I'm going to remove this. happen now. And what we're going to do is we're going to rely on controlling the flow from up here. So that should be fine to detonate. There we go. We got a little bit of extra. And what do we have over here? Was this corn? This was corn. Is corn. And food has increased. There we go. So I'm quite happy about that. I didn't think we were in any serious danger. But you know, it is sometimes there. Or maybe we need some more tomatoes. Maybe let's go back to the start. Let's put this as corn. And let's put some tomatoes in, some more tomatoes. That should be fine. And that's a little bit of extra food. It's not the most, but that's also fine. So what are we going to do? We are going to set you to be during a drought. I would like you to automate to this. And when the setting is on, which it is, I would like you to maintain a fill height of, well, we need to finish this first. Let's finish this first. So I want your fill height to be 0.95. We probably should come and replace some of these with flat top floodgates, but I think I've built on top of the... no, I haven't. The only downside of doing this during a drought is we do lose a little bit of water, so I'm going to try and keep everything pumping as and when. So how much... we are still producing the dynamite, aren't we? And we are producing the dirt now as well, so I guess we can start to draw this out. We unlocked a terrain block. Great. So I think we were going to go for 4 wide. That should be enough for the flow. Yeah, that will be enough for the flow. So where am I drawing this? What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to connect that down there. Even if we have like a little pooling area here. So let's just bring that there. I think that's fine. I think it might be easier to go down here, so to speak. So if I was to call that the side, that's actually not bad. That's actually not bad at all. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means we're going to be building up here. Now I know this isn't the most sensible way to be building it. In fact, you're right. It's not the most sensible way to be building it. Stop building it. Stop building it. So water wheel wise, let's just pop them in just so that I know that they do work. No, that's a large power wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fine. We'll probably raise the base up a little bit. Yeah, we will raise the base up a little bit, but I just wanted to get the actual, the actual bit where we're going to go, right, this is where the water is going to flow. Well, the bad water is going to flow. So that's just kind of mark that out in my head so we know where our channel is going to go. And then it can go straight out that way. How are they getting on over here? Just need to build this one, which they have done. So what the idea is going to be is when this is on, set this to a height of, I don't know, 0.5. When this is on, set this to a height of 0.5. I mean, when it's off, I don't want it set to any target height. I want this to be... So the idea being that these will just keep flowing. So, and if I copy the setting, you can see that what it will do is it will slowly, automatically, without me having to do it, just fill this reservoir up. And then we can also keep this set to a do exactly the same thing. I don't know why I built 1, 2, 3. The way my mind works, who knows? And then there we go. So currently downstream it's slightly higher, isn't it? Or are we? No, we are actually letting water out now. Okay, yeah. So this will just cascade and all of this water will go out of here. So realistically, we shouldn't run out of water here at all at the moment, but we will during a bad tide because we can't constantly be doing it during a bad tide, if that makes sense. So that's the logic behind that for me. To make this a little bit easier, let's move some storages over here. So we know we're going to be needing loads of dirt over here. So let's pop a temporary dirt storage in, bring that over here. I'd also like to slightly apologise for the lack of content this week. It has been baking in the UK, and as we have mentioned before, houses in the UK are not designed for heat. Myself individually is not designed for heat. So yes, it has been. Oh, I can't. We have the technology. Let's stop. Let's just stop being weird. We are 17 beavers down. Right. Now that food's sorting itself out a bit, how about we add some more beavers? I would really like this to be gone because this is our like key. These fawns we're gonna build our cliffside thing, but I want to put some dirt there. So we're gonna okay, yeah, we can work this out. So come and take. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. We want this to look varied, don't we? So we have this nice entryway here. When we're going to come and put in it's not a triple lodge, it's a large lodge. So this uses the iron teeth asset. So we're going to pop that there. And then once these come out, we'll put something connecting them up. So this will just allow us to get down this side as well. I do also need to think how low do I want this to go. So these aren't the large power wheels. So yeah, I think it does actually have to be like that. So the question is it easier to store it up or just blast it down? I mean, strictly speaking, we should be blasting this down, shouldn't we? It'd be easy to blast this down than... It's going to use a lot less resource, okay. So let's take the... We're going to take the top 2 layers off. Let's take that layer off. So we actually don't need to be building that. Yeah, we don't need to. So if we're going to have it at that layer, maybe I'm going to compromise and we're going to do... Because I would like... Maybe I want to keep it on the same layer as this. Do I want to? I don't think I need to, actually. Right, so let's do... Let's do that before we start getting silly. So we are going to have to... See, this is the part where extract and dynamite comes in useful, because we are just going to use it all. So... No, actually, I'm changing my mind again. I'm changing my mind again. We are going to go one higher. Just because I want this to push up, I don't want it to be on the same layer. So let's do that. That's being built, that's fine. Can push it this way, and then what we can do is we can come down and sort that out in a bit, but what we... no, we're not. We're not going to sort it out in a bit. We are going to do this. And then detonate you. So we need you to come down. We usually have to come down one layer. Let's put the power wheels back in at the beginning, actually. Yeah, so... Ooh. That means this also has to come down as well. So this needs to come down. Well, that actually needs to come out. So for starts, let's just get rid of that. So that's a 2. That is a 2 to come down. This is a 1s. All the way through there. This is a 1 as well. No, that isn't a 1 at all. We don't need to come down there. Cool. Get rid of them. And then we can pop a 1 in there. That should be right for now. Let's see how that works. If I've done it right. Did we start building this beaver's house? No. Can we start building this beaver's house, please, guys? Yes, how is this? Is this keeping this nice and full? So we're at target height. We're at target height. Yeah, so you can see this is being drained a little bit now. So during droughts. The actual play I want to play is to lose a little bit more water out of here. And come up here and maybe... Do we have access to tunnels? Is that something we can... Well, I mean, we can. There's no reason we can't tunnel now. So what we do is we actually put the bad water diversion in the bottom somewhere down here. But I think we'll leave that for now. I think we're... Am I super scared about bad waters? Maybe I am. Maybe there's a world in which I am actually terrified about this. So what can we do? What can we do to make this a little bit less terrifying? So remember, we always need to put the fill valves in the bottom. Where's the fill valves? 1, 2, 3. I know I'm jumping around like a bit of a madman, but we are getting to the point where we are getting the... We're heading towards the long droughts and bad tides. You see, a long drought with this, we survive quite easily. We'll unlock the flat top triple floodgate. I think it's the flat top triple we need. Yeah, I just am a bit concerned that we're heading towards... not the point of no return. There isn't really a point of no return in this game, but... Yes. And then what we'll do is we will need to think of a way to come over here and do this. Seeing as I absolutely brutalised this, maybe there's a world in which we actually, what we do. I know that's going to flow a lot of water through. I'm thinking ahead. I think we're okay for the next 10 days. That is a lot of water flowing through. Landscaping. Prioritize these for me, friends. Did I? Where did the other ones go? Because we're not in a place yet where we can actually come and start doing this stuff up here, so there's no point in even like talking about it for now. And let's get a block in down here so at least we can start to come over and build some of this. Yeah, these should be paused. These should not be being built. These stairs also scare me because I'm scared that we're going to... So apparently the golden beavers are beavers that have helped with the mod. So Euler, I don't know who Euler is, but I imagine they were very instrumental in building, in helping work on the mod. So that's what the golden beavers are apparently, which is really cool. I really like that. So the idea being that what we can do is we can reconnect these paths. I mean, I did this to myself. So we can get down there. We can get up here to start building this. And we also need to get down to start building the diversion. So I do intend to put some storages up here to make this a little bit easier for everybody involved. Come on, Scott. Get the right buttons. There we go. Where is a good place to put storages? See, I don't really have a good place to put storages. Maybe, actually, what we do... we dock this down. And then all of this. The reason I want to get them working on this now is because I am slightly concerned. But as you can see, we are doing fine. The only thing we haven't done is I haven't put any fill valves in here. So maybe on the next temperature cycle we come in and we put some fill valves in. But that's going to be enough water to last for 7.6 days. So I'm not super duper concerned. Right, back to this. Yeah, so we need to knock that down. Ooh, yeah, trying to work out what level of dynamite is required for each element. So that's going to be that. I think that's a single there. Because we're going to be putting in this here. We're not going to be putting in that there. That's just my clicky hands. But yeah. So that'll bring that down. Those need to be triples. Back to doubles. And that's before we've even thought about what this is. So these need to be doubles all along here. Singles all along here. I think. If that makes sense. But how are we getting on with our floodgates? What are we missing? Logs, planks. Oh, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. I'm also going to turn the presses back on, I think. No, we don't have enough beavers. We don't have enough power. We don't have enough haulers. What can we pause that we don't really need? I don't really need extra extract right now. I do want to keep making the dynamite because we are going to need the dynamite. The number cruncher isn't actually running because we don't have enough. I think it's just beavers, isn't it? Give me more beavers. Well, they could build that from there. That's interesting. So, what were we doing? We were going to come in and put in some houses here. So we're trying to create our system, which is going to walk up the side of the building. Not the side of the building, the side of the cliff. So we're going to have cliffside living. So this is going to look very organic. So, do we do something like that? I mean, we have the tenement lodge, which is massive. I don't think I want to use that just yet. The double lodge might be an alright place to start. Maybe if I do something like that. I think we can unlock that. Can they reach that to build that? They can. Get that built. And we need to not forget we can use the walkway. So, this allows you to travel between lodges. So, we can put like a lovely walkway in. So, maybe what we could do is, do we have access to shrubs? We do have access to shrubs. So maybe what we're going to do is we're going to have some shrubs here to make this look nice. I feel like it's going to be very important as well, so maybe just get this built. Yeah, so they are slowly putting... I'm going to remove these ones on this side so that we can just run our path down here. I know we can't run our path down here during the bad tide. And it's just going to be what it's going to be. That's fine. So it's actually... That stays at that level. So the actual... This is where we're going to use lots of dirt because I'm going to be raising the terrain level. It's going to be absolutely fine. Just going to use a lot of dirt. Fingers crossed we might be able to come in from the side and start to build this, but I'm not sure how effective we are going to be at doing that. But we are building our own canal. We are doing it our way, as usual. So fingers crossed. How are you doing up here, friends? Just need to build that, which he has done. 3.9 days. So how are our beavers? So we have 14 kits. We have 11 spaces. Everything seems to be running a little bit better now. I'm going to pause the dirt excavator because I don't think the dirt excavator we particularly need right now. Oh, and these are okay. This is the problem. We don't obviously have all of these running at the moment either. So come on, knock some of these out. I could actually just put some small storages as well in, couldn't I? So small storage, small storage, small storage. So what do you require? Blocks, planks, metal blocks. I'm going to put blocks, planks, and metal blocks. And then we do need to start to think about our tunnel, don't we? So I want the tunnel to come as close to... We're just going to unlock the tunnel. That's a normal tunnel. That's a levee tunnel. Yep, so we're not going to go for the levee tunnel just yet. And this does mean we are going to be having a new contamination sensor because this one is not in the right place. But that's absolutely fine. So let's detonate this. And then they should be able to come and finish it off. And then we can maybe get a small tank for... small tank for some extracts. Small tank for some extract. Yeah. You set to obtain. Obtain. Is the extract tank set to supply? No, it is not, but we can do that. And we are nearly at a point where we can... How is the metal? The metal is gone. So we need to think about that as well. We very much need to think about that. So, did we decide over here was going to be our best metal? I mean, that's an absolute age away. Let's just zoom out for now. Metal over here. It's probably, I mean, it's probably relatively equidistanced. I think over here is going to be our best slice of chance of metal. So we have a path here. I do really need to get Tubeway in as well. So we're going to think about Tubeways relatively soon, but not just yet. That's horrendous. That's spaghetti. This is just going to be one of those things where perfect. Yeah, good needs to be the enemy of perfect. because I am not running a tubeway over here just yet. And I really want to do my tubeways sort of underground. Some of the industrial look of them being above ground is really cool, but the majority I do like to have underground, so... Let's see what we can do. Come on, pathing tool. You're not my friend today. And let's get some scavenger flags over here. That's a lumberjack flag. And obviously a storage set to supply. That's horrendous, I know it is. Get storage for logs up here. And let's get all of this built. And where is the explosives? So this will just take the edge off having to do this long-ass project up here. Yes, that is absolutely fine. Oh, we are low on water. Let's, yeah. Do we have access? No, we don't have access. Do we have any other access to get over here? We don't. I think I'm just going to have to... Trouble is, I don't know where all our metal blocks are stored. Oh, we do have access. Yeah, okay, let's pull this out. That's me not paying attention. So let's put a fill valve in there. And let's get that high priority. And make sure that that is automated to the weather station 1. And let's always have a target height of 0.5. Almost screwed that up there. Tunnel visualing, everything else. I also realised I probably should have paused these during this bad tide, but whatever. Right. I hope nobody's coming down here to try and do this. Good. Please don't. I don't want anybody dying. They're all getting wet. Is there a way around this? There is, but I need them to get out first. Right, get rid of that. Get rid of that. I genuinely do want my beavers to be happy. I'm not some mean overlord that's just going to keep sending them down into the water if I don't have to. So let's put those paths in. Put them paths in there. Coming over and doing all of this now, which is perfectly allowed. That's just going to be a bit of a laborious process because they can't build from the bottom, so, I mean, it's just going to be what it's going to be. This can go, though. Boom. And I can't build some of this yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to put some stairs in there, and then they can come and start to build some of that. They are giving it a good go, though, aren't they? And what we can do is we can start to get interim power generation. So we discussed over here is going to be our main area to process stuff. So we can start to do stuff like this. Because we know we're going to have the water here. We know we're going to be building here. So I can start to put this in. And then we can start to think about running power down into here and moving all of our industrial stuff. So that's going to... There's not that as well. A drought, which pleases me greatly. Because hopefully this is... Yeah, you're in now. The water is flowing around. And it's filling up. It's filling up nicely. We have now we have excess beavers. What am I to do? Get some more builder beavers on the go, I guess. And also maybe actually, you know, unpause this so we can actually continue to produce. I know I started this ages ago and I was like, oh, we're going to do this, it's going to be cool. And I just never moved on with it. I feel like this stuff is a bit more pressing. So, things I would like to see built, I'd like to see this built, this built, this built, this built, and I guess this tunnel built. Those are my priority bits. Then we can potentially come across and do this bit. Flat top floodgates are amazing. One of the other amazing things about this mod, which is a mod full of amazing things. So yeah, actually, these, as much as I love these bridges, these can go away now. And that can also go away, yeah. Oh, no, oh, they can come over there and build that, okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's worked out. I might even hold off detonating some of this. But yeah, the idea being that this is going to be our industrial heartland, we should probably... How much metal do I have? 211. What is the smart thing to do? Do I jump for the tubeway system so that we can maybe start to get some rapid transit on the go, or do I go straight for a bad water discharge so we can have the power all the time? Well, we already have the power all the time because the engine, so I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to worry too much. So maybe I'm going to... That's the wrong one. Maybe I'm going to go for the mass transit. Where is all of this flowing? Did they change the strength of the water things here? I'm sure they used to like come down here a little bit more rapidly. So what I think we maybe... Oh, we are. Okay, we are struggling. Let's get a... Let's get that set. Honestly. I think we maybe need to put some pumping up here. Isn't it? Come on, flow down. There we go. There we go. Right. So what I need to do is I need to put in another weather station. So this is 23 days. And then I also need to put in a relay. Come on, it wouldn't be an episode of Timberborn if I didn't almost kill all the beavers. So you can go away. You can be detonated. Look at that. Love that. pop that around there. And what we can actually do is, I probably shouldn't have deleted all of this. It's a bit silly. But we can pop in these stairs again now. Let's get these built. How are you doing, guys, going down there? Oh, well, okay, they are making reasonable progress. So what I actually think I want them to do is put some stairs there. Well, maybe we're going to put a little bridge there. And what we're going to do is we're going to lower the priority of this. I mean, we're not. We're going to keep this at that priority. We're going to build this and we're going to build that so that they can build that, and then I can put the fill valve in without having to lose any water. Is it still flowing? No, it's not flowing. But look at all the water we have we have saved. So I think we're going to be fine. That fill valve there should keep this going. This should all keep going now. I think it's going to be fine, guys. I think it was a bit of a abysmal situation as usual, but it's going to be fine now. It's going to be fine now. I do have to, however, get this on the go. I think maybe maybe like in the middle of the colony, we're going to put in the lovely. Get me a shrub. We're going to put in the lovely underground tube networks, and as we get to the edge, we're just going to go, I don't care about that anymore. And just maybe run tubeway tunnels around here, and then as we come off the edge, just, you know, that's fine. And what I might do is I might just get a little bit of manual pumping on the go for now, just because we are a little bit short. How are you doing, guys? Fantastic. Love this. Delete. Oh no. And then what we can do is we can put in the fill valves. And if we want to make it look like it's part of the cliffside, which, you know, why not? It's kind of cool. Pop that in like that. Is somebody coming to build this one? That's fine. Cool. So you should be set to the same settings as this boy. No, you're going to have separate settings because you're going to be set to, yeah, no, you're drought only. So in a drought only, you can start to let water through. In a bad tide, you won't. And then these are going to be set to bad tide or drought once these sensors get built. Lovely, okay. That one's been built. So let's get you built as well, please, friend. Yeah, okay, apart from that little balls up with the water, I think we're doing okay. I don't think we're doing too badly. And that's fine, that's fine. I did tell them to come over there and do that. Somebody just needs to come and finish that. Right, we have science. Let's start to think about this. So, Tubeway. We do have the small Tubeway station. We have the Tubeway levee, which is going to be excellent. We have Tubeway levee tunnel, Tubeway tunnel. Good stuff. And we also have the Tubeway bridge, etc., etc., etc. So, I'm used to using the big tubeway station, so let's actually do something a little bit different and use the small tubeway station. Never used this before, so let's do that. But before we do, let's put in a tubeway tunnel underneath. That is okay. This is a lot of science. Let's put a tubeway tunnel in there, and let's start to push that out. Maybe that way round there. And the beauty of this is I don't need to babysit this when they build it. It just happens. There is no I'm messing around with this. There is no... It just happens and then, yeah. Does that need to be a tubeway tunnel? Probably not. That can just be a... Oh, tubeway gate. That's really cool. Tubeway levee? Yeah, I think it needs to be a tubeway levee, doesn't it? You're just spaffing all that science up the wall you were talking about. Yes, I know. Where's the vertical tubeway? Or does this just... Well, we're going to need to unlock the tubeway tunnel. Maybe I do just use the tubeway levee. Let's just see what that looks like. Can you build these for me, friends? And the tubeways are going to help us massively on this map, so we can just get around and make things a little bit easier for us. So you are going to be set to a bad tide. In a bad tide, you are going to be set to... You are going to... No, when it's off, you're going to be set to that. When it's on, you're going to be set to unlimited. Ah, okay. We do need to talk about this, don't we? Because there needs to be a delay. I kind of want that to activate late. Do I do a timer? I might need to put a timer with this. For now, it's going to be fine. Yeah, we will just lose a little bit of normal water, but I'm hopeful that'll be fine. We will get a timer put in as well. Maybe we put a timer here. Where's the timer? Put the timer in there. And that means we might have to sit there and visually check how long it takes it to how long it takes us to run stuff down. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine. So obviously this is going to take a little bit of a while to come to fruition, but we can slowly start to build this. And then we can even... Is there power? Yes, I do have the vertical power shaft. I have the impermeable power shaft as well. So that can come here. So we're cooking. No, I don't want to demolish it. I want to detonate it. So, tunnels. And then I'm hopeful that if I get this small tubeway sent, I can pop that there like that. Yep, let's get that built. Oh, and then that... okay. Does Tubeway just act as a universal bit now rather than a... But what we will do is we will pop in... Where are we coming out? Can I literally just... I'm going to do this for science and see if they will... See if they will just... That's horrendous. That's also horrendous, but who knows, it's fine. I'll see if they'll build this. Let's remove these silly parts. It will take them a little while to build this because they have to obviously come down here. But what I'm mainly interested in is and they can only build it one by one. What I'm mainly interested in is if we can... Yeah, that's fine, that's better. If we can get sort of like some quick access to this so that we don't have to spend the beavers spend ages going over there. So I am going to build this now. We are at 55 minutes. So what have we achieved today? We have not been able to reach this because we can't carry on doing that, so that's fine. So today we have achieved, we've started to lay out this, which is our power plant. So I'm quite pleased with that. I'm pleased we've started to do that. It was in my head. I wanted to get it on the go, so we have put that in. We've had a water crisis. We haven't done anything really, moved stuff around with industry food. I want to do that once we have sorted out our power, and industry is all going over here. So rather than sort out the lovely supply chain, etc., over here and move it all, make it all look nice over here, I'd rather just accept that this looks like turd. We're going to come and dynamite all this down at some point. Come and build it over here. And, you know, start our powerhouse area. Over here we have put in a separate bad tide diversion. Now the reason for this one is because what I want to do is I want to have some resilience of being able to store some water for the drought. So droughts and bad tides. This area here, which we could even dynamite out to have even more resilience, will allow the water to just flow through here. And what setting did I have you set to? My... Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, so just have a bit more resilience water-wise. We have relative amount of food. It's all fine. Beaver population has stabilised. I think I added one house, which, you know, is good for me. And we've started to think about Tubeway networks. Just figuring out how the Tubeways actually work on this mod, which is cool. So, this has been Timberborn. Thank you for watching. I'd like to thank my patrons for the support they provide to the channel. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. I think we're doing okay. Yeah, this has been Timberborn. I will see you next time for more Ember Pelt shenanigans.